The equivalent state of ignorance, when you are ignorant in the spiritual, the equivalent state in the material is poverty, depression, worry, anxiety, and I had a lot of that. Because if I hadn't been through this route, then I cannot lead somebody who is on that route and say, come, I have a better, come, let me take you. It takes somebody who has been there to lead people out of it. So all of the negative energies, anger, because when you're depressed, any little thing somebody does
triggers.
triggers your anger. So all of these negative energies, it took something to occupy the empty space for me to now feel yes. So whereas the knowledge now will lift you away out of that level of ignorance, and then the equivalent state, when you have knowledge in spiritual, the equivalent state in the material is the opposite of all of these things that I mentioned.
All right.
As a matter of fact, let's leave that for another time. Yeah, let me take your next.
Okay, still speaking on how you go through that phase of your life. Most of the, or if we look at most of the challenges you went through, you had losses of material things, so you lost your peace, all that made you comfortable. There are people who are going through something much worse, like the loss of a loved one. And that would definitely put them into a state of depression. And how do you encourage such person? Like I read recently the story of a young lady lost her siblings, in a ghastly accident, and she had initially lost her parents. So she's like all alone right now, and she is sad. And in such a case, you ask yourself, and just like she asked herself, why is all this happening to me? Why would God, or if I want to use how you'd put it, the universe, take this away from me, take these people, these are my support system, these are, my family, why would they take it? And then you mentioned yesterday what happens to us, we deserve it. So in this case, like, I think I'm trying to pass my question. How would you say would you say we deserve it when such thing happens to us? And the next question is, with this.
No, hold on. This is a big question. Let's take this question first.
All right. Okay.
It's a very big one. So, how do you open your mouth to tell somebody that she deserves all of this cruelty that is coming? No. That's not right. She doesn't deserve it. No one deserves it. However, to be honest, I do not have answers to all the questions. I do not have answers. But what I do know is that the universe is so perfect that it cannot go wrong. In fact, there is no wrong when it comes to the universe. All things, irrespective of how ugly, how wicked, how cruel they appear, would ultimately work together for good. Everything will work together for good. Now, let me tell you of a possibility that could probably comfort her. You see, at the end of all of the journeys here, you are here, I'm here, everybody. I am sure that by the time we are done here and we go back to the other side, wherever we came from, or maybe a different world, our spirit now, I am sure that we are going to look back and just laugh at ourselves and say, look at what you did there. That was not how it was meant to be done. because this is actually like a playground, like just being on the football field, or like acting some drama, and then when we get back to the real place, we just see that, oh, so all of the 100 years we lived here was just for, so there is hope. Okay, so these are possibilities. There are possibilities like this. One, it is possible that 100 people, I mean, any number, for example, but even if there are 100 people, could be sent from beyond to come here and die our death. It is possible that you, as a person, you have a mission. Your mission here is so big that, of course, because I said it's a drama, it's like a football field, you are playing, there are opponents. They are not necessarily your enemy. They are just there as opponents to help you shine. Like we talked about, there has to be the vanquished for the champion to declare, there has to be darkness for light to say, yes, I am king. So the stage could just be set up for that kind of scenario. And therefore, it is possible that these people, because of the mission, because of the message that you have brought to earth, the opponents as a game, your opponents, just to make the whole thing interesting, are just marking you. You are like the top striker of the match. So everybody's marking you to make sure that the ball does not get to you, so that you don't score. And therefore, as part of this mission, people would volunteer as cook, as parents, as a driver, as whatever position they would, whatever role they can play to protect you, to come into your life to say, yes, this is my team, it's part of my team together, because we are not in isolation. We all work, we all are interconnected with one another. Our missions are. So whatever it is, we'll do to make sure that this our striker is protected, so that he ultimately delivers the goal on behalf of our team. So it is possible that these people will come in as brother, come in as sister, come in as father, come in as mother, all for the purpose of dying in an accident that should have taken your life, so as to preserve you. So even in death and in hurt, they are living and fulfilling the purpose for which they came. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That the very thief that you are laughing at and clapping for and say, burn him, burn him. The reason, the stealing that he had to do was to protect you from having access to that which is stole. Because if you had access to that, destroyed you. I don't know if you get how all of these things are interrelated. That not in a way. Anyway, let's come back to this level. So it is possible that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 persons will die, because that is the mission, that is the goal. It is possible that the whole death, the whole mystery, the whole cruelty. Excuse me one second. I need to get this light back on. Okay. Just bear with me. It is possible that all of that is to protect this very same person that is alive, so that his own life will be protected, and then she can move on with life and ultimately deliver the very, I'm trying not to use the word destiny because I've not explained what destiny is, the very goal, the very
Purpose.
objective,
Okay.
purpose of coming to life. I'm not sure that makes a lot of sense at this time, but hopefully after we learn so many other things, this might make sense later. So at this stage, the only thing to do is just to look for, of course, these are just my suggestions. They might not be the real reason.
Mm-hmm.
The real reason will be given when he connects to source and says, source, why is all of this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? What's the problem? What's the problem? And then source will now explain, this is it, this is it. And that explanation, that elevation in knowledge, that explanation that will now bring that understanding will just change, maybe not suddenly, ultimately change that depressed mood to somebody that will become happy once again. So if he knows that, yes, sometimes the source would just say, you know what, everything that happened, I'm not unaware. I'm not unaware. I allowed it. And just you knowing that, oh, you are not unaware, it happened because you allowed, just that alone, it's reassuring for you to say, okay, since you are not unaware and you are in charge of this, you know what is happening, as long as you are not unaware, it's not some strange power that came from behind and took you unaware, then I'm fine. I'm fine as long as you're in charge. Sometimes that's all you need to hear to just know that, yes, you're in the right call. So again, the comforter ultimately is us. We may give reasons by our own experience and perception. It may help, it may not help. But what would definitely help is for our teachings to get you to the level where you can connect with source. And then remember, it's always about source and source leading you from that point. No human can give comfort. No human can give the things that you seek. But human can help you connect. And therefore, from the point of connection, the comforter, the all-knowing, the wealth giver, the prosperity owner will take it from there. And then you can interact directly with that person, with that being.